We're here with Jake Zalenski and Coach Scott Thielke after a 5-3 win over Kalamazoo in the second round of the NCAA Tennis Tournament. Congratulations, fellas. Scott, talk a little bit about doubles play and how important that was. You got behind 1-0 and then came back in the number 2 and number 3 match. Talk about those final 2 matches and the momentum it provided you today.
Well, we made a switch at number 2 and number 3 doubles. We brought in Austin Deal to play at number 2 doubles. And we brought in Ben Gelfand to play at number 3 doubles. Both of them played very, very well. Really the turning point in all of the doubles was the fact that Jake here and Austin were down 7-4, battled back and won 5 straight games to win the match 9-7. That sort of set the momentum in our direction right there, big time. And then Ben Gelfand served for the match at 7-6. He put in 7 first serves, and they held to get the match, which is it's tough to do. It's one of the harder things to do. So that was a big thing for us, and really the momentum swung right with those 2 doubles matches. And going into singles, we were a little bit behind early on, but the guys just battled back really well.
Jake, expand a little bit on what Coach just said. You had 2 pressure-filled matches today. Got the clinching point today at number 2 singles. Talk about your mindset, your mentality. When courts start clearing out, you go into the 3rd set, you're the last one left. Does your game change at all? How do you handle the pressure?
I mean, for the doubles, I think Austin and I both came out a little bit tight, probably just kind of on this stage. But we both, once we got into it and you're down 7-4, you kind of lose the pressure and you kind of just start going for balls and you get into a rhythm. That helped both of us a lot because once we started rolling, I mean, we didn't stop and got 5 straight games. And then the singles, he's a really tough player. I think we have very similar games, kind of a grinding game. And, it's what we do the whole season for. I guess that's why we play those top teams. And, you get into those tight situations in the 3rd set, and we've been there before. And I think it helps everybody out, like Weston pulling out a 3rd set too. And I know Austin was going to have that 3rd set as well. And I think we're, one of the more fit teams. I think we can last with anybody, really.
Okay, Scott, these guys, this Kalamazoo team beat you earlier back in February, 6-3 at their place. You came in here today and almost had the same singles lineup coming in. What was your thinking? What was your strategy going into today?
Well, we knew that it was a really close match last time with all of the singles matches that we had out. They actually switched their lineup quite a bit. The player who was at number 6 in February moved up to number 5. The player who was at number 3 in February was at number 6 for them, and their 5 guy went all the way down to number 3 singles. So they had a lot of switching. And I think, with our lineup, we have a lot of guys who are pretty equal. So, if we move them around, it doesn't really make a huge difference for us. We've got really good balance all the way through. So we've kind of stuck almost with the same lineup for a while now.
Jake, talk a little bit about, you faced this Henry guy twice, gone to 3 sets twice. He got you at Kalamazoo, you got him here. Talk a little, compare the matches. What was different today for you and maybe not only as an individual but as a team today?
I think really today I felt the team aspect a lot more just because I think everyone was a lot more intense today. And I think just over the year I've kind of learned to not get tight in those big situations like in the 3rd set, and made the difference today. And when I'm getting down, I don't panic anymore, and that's been huge for me lately, just being able to battle back like that.
All right, thanks.
Let me say one thing. That's been huge. That match that he lost earlier in the year, that was just his 3rd collegiate match ever. He's been through about 25 of them now, so he's not a freshman anymore.